Hello, it's Brian with Alpha Training. This week's tip is an Excel tip, and it's a way for you to insert rows and columns in Excel in a way I bet you've never seen before. Let's check it out. So here I have a block of data, and what I would like to do is I would like to select a cell, and I would like to insert a series of blank cells below this position. Now it might be one cell, that might be 10 cells or 50 cells, it really doesn't matter. Well, if you select the cell and put your pointer on the fill series handle, that will change it to the skinny plus, and here's where you would normally perform some sort of fill series operation. But what we're going to do is we're going to hold down the shift key, and that's going to change that skinny plus. Notice it changes it to a north-south arrow pointer. So if I let go of shift, it's a skinny plus for fill series, but if I hold down shift, it becomes the north-south arrows. And if I pull down, however many rows you pull, when you release, it's going to push everything from that point down that many rows, inserting the new cells. If you wanted to do this with columns, then you could select a cell, put your pointer on the fill series handle, hold down shift, but this time drag right, and however many columns you drag over when you release, it's going to push the data to the right that many cells, inserting the blank cells. Well, I'm going to guess that this is probably not the most useful way to use this tool, so let's look at a different example. In this example, I would like to select an entire row of information and have everything below that row get pushed down, and the more rows I select, the more blank rows that I'm going to get. Either that, or I want to select an entire column and then have everything to the right of that column get pushed to the right and giving me more columns for new categories. So to do this, if I select an actual row number, then notice that fill series handle is going to be right next to the row number, and when I put my pointer on it, I'll get the skinny plus fill series, but I'm going to hold down that shift key and get the north-south arrows, and then when I pull down, however many rows I pull down, when I release, it's going to insert that many blank rows below that selection. I can do the same thing for my columns. If I wanted to insert a series of columns, I could click a column letter, like the letter C, put my pointer on the fill series handle and hold down shift, and if I drag over two columns, then I'm going to insert two columns. So you can still do your inserts the old-fashioned way by either coming up to the insert drop down or doing a right-click insert, but if you want to insert a whole series of rows or a whole series of columns, this is actually a pretty cool trick, and I think once you get used to it, you'll end up using it quite a bit. So that's the tip of the week, inserting rows and columns by holding down shift while using the fill series handle. If you think you've got a great tip that you'd like to see featured as a tip of the week, feel free to email it to me at the email address you see right here, and I will do my best to make it a featured video. Have a great week.